Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi barakatuh. My name is Aisha and I'd like to talk to you about home learning. I've been teaching Key Stage 1 and Key Stage 2 for the last 10 years, alhamdulillah, and now we're in a situation in Sheffield and the UK and the world in general where our children are not able to go to school, they have to learn at home. So I have some tips that I'd like to share with you, inshallah, about home learning and how to make it easy, what's worked for me and how can I share it with you. To start with, just 3 golden rules I'd like to begin with, which is one, is to prepare. Prepare yourself for this journey. Prepare a work area, a workspace for your child. Could be in the kitchen, could be in the dining room, could be sat on the sofa with a nice sturdy surface. Wherever you choose, prepare an area for your child. Also prepare what books you're going to use, and inshallah shortly I will go through the books that I use and that work for me and my children. And also prepare some sort of reward or treat for yourself and your child. Prepare the breaks that you're going to have as well. So take those things into consideration. The second thing is communication. Sit down and communicate with your child what's happening. Communicate now. You're going to be the teacher and you're going to guide your child, inshallah, and it's a fantastic opportunity to create closeness and a bond between you. So communicate with your child what's going to happen in the coming weeks and how you're going to have fun and you're going to try and continue learning at home, inshallah. Enjoy this time with your child. Be happy. If you're happy and you're excited and you're motivated, your child will be happy and motivated and will enjoy it as well, inshallah. And be positive. Make dua to Allah Ta'ala that you're blessed and Allah Ta'ala guides you and me on this journey, and that your child benefits, inshallah, from learning at home with you and the resources that you're about to use. So going on to the resources I use, the books I use a combination of books which I've bought from the works or online from Amazon, and I also use some apps as well, and I can talk about both of them. So I'm going to focus on the main subjects, maths and English, science, which are your core subjects. This video is about primary education learning, so whether your child is in year 1 or year 6 and between those years, this will be relevant to you. So for maths, I use this book. It's by Scholastic. It's maths, and this is a year 5 book. They do all the years. This is a practice book for year maths for years 9 to 10-year-old and year 5, and this is what you call Key Stage 2. Key Stage 2 starts from year 3 to year 6, and Key Stage 1 is year 1 and year 2 as well. This is the book I use. The reason why I like this book, it's got all the topics your child will need to cover in the year that they're in. So for example, these are all the context of all the topics that your child will cover. And it's a good way of me assessing for my child as his learning or her learning progresses. Does my child understand number and place value, addition and subtraction, multiplication and division, calculation problems, fractions, decimals and percentages? Does my child understand measurement, geometry, statistics, progress chart? Is also in statistics. So a progress chart and a certificate is at the end. So that's your progress chart, and there's the certificate here that you can pull out and give to your child and save in your child's achievement folder. So just an example of the work here. So this is number and place value. I'll turn to a page which my child hasn't completed yet. So this is addition and subtraction. an example of addition and subtraction here. I'll just bring it a bit closer and you can see part of it. And it's not essential that your child completes a full page or 2 pages. Work at your child's pace. This is a huge change for your child. So even if you do one section, which is just this part here, even if you just did that, that's a good achievement. The next day you could do this and move on and set challenges for your child to improve. So just give an example of my child and what she did. She is 9 years old. And this is what she did. Today we were working on number problems, looking at temperatures below 0 degrees Celsius and numbers that have a minus symbol, to see if she could differentiate between positive and negative numbers. There you go. So that's for maths. There is another, so this is by Scholastic. There is another book which I also use, which is Year 4 Maths, Collins. Again, I use it for my daughter who's actually in Year 4, but I also give her Year 5 work as well, just to challenge her a bit more. Year 4 Collins, again, this company I use a lot, Targeted Practice Workbook, because I like the layout and I like that I can just dip in and out of it and just give my child an activity to do. So with this one, if I go to the content again, it has a nice list of contents that the book covers. So just to read some out to you, it has number and place value, addition and subtraction, multiplication and division, fractions, measurement, geometry and statistics. If you notice the pattern, it's the same topics as in the Scholastic book. It's the same topics, just covered in a different way. So you're just overlapping the same topics, which is brilliant for your child. So here, as an example of the work, this is number and place value, numbers beyond 1000. I like the layout because if they were to be tested in a school or some sort of assessment, they would see how the questions are laid out, just like in a test. But obviously this is not a test, this is just checking their understanding. And the other thing I like about this is that with home learning is that if you don't understand how to teach a topic, that's okay. Today we have Google and YouTube and many online maths learning support where you just type it in. What I do is I'll just type into YouTube the topic. It could be something like looking at hundredths, for example. I'll type that word in and it'll bring me up a few videos, and I'll sit with my child or let my child choose one. She will look through the video and then more often than not she'll say to me, "Mummy, I understand it now, I can do it now." So there you go. You've got videos that have been prepared thanks to other people who've shown the initiative and uploaded them onto YouTube. Thank you to you. You could use that. So that's for maths. For English, I use a couple of resources. I would really encourage reading. So whether you can do online reading, accessing books, your libraries can give you a code where you can, if you've got a tablet or access to a laptop or even your smartphone, libraries can give you a code and then you can download books that way for free. You can also look at a book like this, which is Comprehension, again by the same company, Scholastic. I like this because it has fiction and non-fiction text. So here's about bones and muscles and some new words at the top here. And then it has questions about that text here. So on this page it'll have questions, so your child can check their understanding, whether they've understood the text. It also has non-fiction, so like this passage here, your child would read it. It will be practice for their reading. And then on the next page, there's some comprehension questions that your child can work through, and you can help as well. There. So I really like that book. Obviously, English is not just about comprehension, it's about spelling and it's about grammar. So for that, you could go back to Scholastic and get one of the books on the back there, because they've got books on spelling and on grammar as well, and as well as handwriting. So you could choose any one of those, which would be just as good. I use a book called Jolly, from the company Jolly Learning. Here you go. They've also published Jolly Phonics. This is a book on grammar. This is Grammar 5 for 9+ year olds. And if I open up as an example of what this book has, so for example, it'll have a section on where are the adverbs, and the child can underline, circle the adverbs, and also colour the picture in as well. So it's a bit of both there. There's also here some spelling lists here and some more grammar there. So you've got both spelling and you have grammar as well. And if you like, it also has a teacher's page there to explain what that topic is on. So you could read through that. It's not essential, but you can do, and I would encourage you to read through that. Right at the end of this book, there is a list of spelling sheets. You could take one a week, maybe go through 5 every couple of days, and the next 5, and then the next few there. And it could be one spelling list a week and then move on to the next. The idea really is for your child to spend about 20 minutes on maths, 20 minutes on English, but you must develop breaks for your child and reward them and praise them, because that's what's going to keep them going as well. And remember to have breaks for yourself as well. So that's maths and English. I would also recommend handwriting daily, even if your child does know how to write well, just to encourage correct letter formation. I use this one, Carol Vorderman, Handwriting Made Easy, which I bought from The Works. You can also buy them online as well, on Amazon. And she does a few. So there's a few handwriting ones that are out by DK, which is the company. And just to give you a peek inside, this is like the second book in the series, so that's why it's more of an advanced writing exercise here. Okay, so that's the maths and the English and the handwriting. I also use this company. It's called CGP and it's for science. This is year 4 and it's on electricity. Again, I love these books because you have an answer booklet. This is an example. They were doing circuits. This is my daughter's illustration of a circuit, getting used to terminologies, and then they can actually draw a circuit. And if you have a circuit activity at home, you can actually practice making circuits as well. So that's that. This book, CGP, also has many other books as well. You can order from CGP direct, or you could order from Amazon as well. And it also comes with a study book. This one has been used, that's why it's not in good condition. And just to give you an idea of what's it like inside, here you go. We've got a topic, invertebrates, and plant groups. There you go. And then the corresponding questions will be in the science book. Lastly, but not least, because there's so much that you can teach and for your child to learn while they're home learning, but this is just a few topics to present to you, is geography. My children absolutely love geography. They love this subject. Again, I've used CGP for this. This topic is on the living planet. This is the study book. Just to give you an idea of, there's colourful pictures inside, not too much writing. This is about woodland. Children love to go into the woods and learn about the wild woods and life in the woods for animals. And this is the corresponding activity book. Now I'm trying to turn to a page that hasn't been completed by my child. Here you go, hot and cold on the continents, just to give you an idea of what it's like inside. So again, with these books, I get my children to work through a section of this. The topic might take a couple of pages, and then to work through at least half of one of the activities, if not a full one, might be 1 page, 2 page. And then to support this, we would go onto YouTube and just look at videos. So it's a bit of online YouTube watching videos as well as doing the activity. So I don't really have to plan any curriculum type of planning. I've got my books here. This is my staple resources that I use. I make sure I have plenty of breaks. I make sure that the children are rewarded and they're given a lot of positive praise for their efforts. And I go at the speed of my child. Every child is different. Every child has different needs, and learning, the learning differs for every child. So it's not about having a race to get through the book. It's more about taking your time, going at the speed of your child, and most of all, enjoying it and taking the opportunity to bond with your child during this learning process. I hope that's been of some help. If it has, alhamdulillah, may Allah Ta'ala help us on this journey, teaching our children both on academic issues and also developing them as strong Muslims to be leaders in their community, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.